This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Hump Day. Welcome in. We are here with you on the Meltdown Live in the Culver studio, and excited to be talking all things with you over the next hour or so right here on the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you never miss when we go live. Hit that little notification bell. It will let you know when we put out fresh Meltdown content. I have a cast of characters here with me today, including the lovely E.G. E.G., how are you?
Hi, Tim. I'm wonderful.
Excellent. Good to hear. Fantastic. We've been sort of pre-gaming your Biloxi trip.
Yeah, and I think we've come to a conclusion that it needs to be a tournament. I still work out the timing.
We got to work out the timing of it because those tournaments can go a long way, and you don't want to have to force yourself out of the tournament.
No, heaven forbid.
That would be bad. So we'll work out the logistics of that. But E.G. is a certified poker player, and she's going to make an official appearance at a casino and play some cards. And we're looking forward to rooting her on all month long because the Primetime Poker Club's on a little bit of a hiatus. We take a break in between seasons. Jim Dunaway somehow won this past season.
Don't know how.
I can't fully explain it. Can't wrap my head around it. But he played magnificent. And he doesn't even know because every week he still asks questions of, am I doing this right?
Apparently
he's been playing for 5 years, and he's still got all these questions. So
yeah, if I know Jim Dunaway, and I do know Jim Dunaway, I would not be surprised if he is taking private lessons somewhere and then coming into us,
probably
doing the ruse that I don't know what I'm doing.
So, real quick, what we're going to get is we're going to get Tyler to unplug his microphone for me real quick.
Okay.
The power cord from the microphone.
Power cord.
So we're going to get you to do that. And then we are going to chat. We're going to let that thing run off of just the power cord. Very good. Yep. And then, boom, now we're good. No static at all. Tyler, have you heard anything, because you keep up with Jim Dunaway's personal schedule, have you heard anything about him potentially taking poker lessons privately on the side?
I have yet to hear anything like that, but, I'll keep my ears open. So is this tournament like your off-season training, E.G.?
You could say. I think it's, a way for me to get acclimated to maybe life after the PTPC.
Maybe so. You're already thinking ahead about going pro,
right.
And this is a step towards that direction for sure.
So it definitely is a way for me to get acclimated to different environments.
Yep.
And we'll go from there.
That's a great question, Tyler. Good stuff there. We have someone who's full of great questions, comments, answers all the way around. That is the lovely Ush.
I like that. Thank you for calling me lovely.
You are lovely.
In the false start, no one got to hear about the new Avengers having a stranglehold on the box office. Stranglehold, my favorite Ted Nugent song.
Really?
Yeah.
This is my favorite sound effect we have. It is Otis from WWE saying Ush. So there we go. There we go. I'm going to play that every now and then. Yeah, that's good.
It's my second favorite Otis.
Where are you on wrestling right now? You got a chance to see WrestleMania, bits and pieces of it.
Bits and pieces.
Was somewhat okay. You saw the good stuff, basically.
I really liked Seth, Roman, and Punk.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was the match of the weekend for sure. Are you going to watch Backlash, which is this weekend?
I'm interested in seeing that, yes. Saturday night in St. Louis. For good old time's sake, Randy Orton and John Cena once again.
Where are you on Cena as champion right now?
I like it. I think it's good. I think it's something that if they hadn't done it, they would have regretted it.
Were you a Cena fan back in the day?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I respect him. I think he's good.
Yeah.
Nothing against him. He belongs amongst, in that upper echelon of guys. But
no doubt he was the face of his generation. He was the one that sort of carried the banner.
When he, and he was for young people, I think.
But
so
full circle, his heel run right now with the championship, something you approve of.
I like it.
Okay. There are those that want to know, like, who's your guy in WWE history? Who's your number one? Like, do you have that person that you are?
That changes.
Right.
And I like other promotions. I've watched a lot of stuff after the fact, too. A lot of Memphis with Jerry Lawler. And I've watched Georgia and obviously Mid-Atlantic and Mid-South with Bill Watts. But, sometimes some days it would be Randy Savage. It'd be Ric Flair on other days.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan was absolutely my favorite as
Sure.
a kid. Reason I started watching.
You were a Hulkamaniac,
Yeah,
taking your vitamins, saying your prayers.
ripping my shirts.
Yeah, I'm sure Mama Ush did not enjoy
I
that
had
very
a
much.
Hulk Hogan mustache when I proposed marriage to my wife.
I
She said
don't,
yes.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not a bad luck.
Okay, well, we're going to keep that one shelved for sure as we are set to play some Tim with Tim.
Woo!
And I've really thought about what questions do I want to ask this wacky panel because, sometimes Tim with Tim, it can be, I don't want to say mundane because I always try to make it entertaining,
Yeah,
but
I've
like
never found it mundane.
this one, I'm like I put some extra juice on this
Oh,
one.
good. This is
Okay.
fun.
So here we go. So think through your answers because, for those that don't know how this works, like, you guys don't have any idea what I'm going to ask.
No.
Like, legitimately don't have any idea. So here we go. I'm going to ask my first question. It's going to go to Tyler Lionel Johns. Tyler, what's the hottest / spiciest thing that you actually enjoy eating?
That I enjoy eating.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go.
Think about it. Take your time. We're good. We got some lovely tunes playing in the background.
Smooth
I
jazz.
like I like homemade tamales with green chilies. Those are good.
That's a good answer.
That's got a good kick to it. And then I guess this would be less spicy, but it has a spicier ingredient in it, and that would be like a sweet chili sauce. If you've ever had that, you get those Thai chilies in there, and then that little sweetness that comes through. If you put that, cream cheese, and bacon on a burger, it's the greatest thing ever.
So this, Tyler. The audience may or may not. I don't like spicy things. I don't handle them very well.
Yeah, today that boom boom sauce I thought was gonna legitimately cause a medical episode.
It kind of messed me up a little bit at the time. I was powering through, but I don't handle spicy things well. E.g., when giants cry, it creates floods.
Yeah.
My question to you is, what is the thing that is the spiciest thing you'll actually seek out and enjoy to eat?
Talkies. I love Talkies. I look at Ush's face.
You guys are going to have to be the ones to be like, yeah, I like Takis or I don't, because I'm not going to seek any of this stuff out. So
I do like Takis. I used to bring them into class all the time in high school.
That's kind of like my most embarrassing food that I actually enjoy. Talkies. I feel like there's a connotation around them, and they are not good for you at all.
Good for a car ride, long car ride. Takis.
That was my go-to.
That's gross.
Yeah.
They stink.
They
Bag opens. That stinks.
It does. It does. That's why I got away
It's
from
like
it.
someone farted.
Yeah.
Not in my car. You're gonna eat those.
And your fingers are bright red too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, those Takis
I
are
don't think you can
pungent.
eat them if you're out of middle school.
So that's why I said my embarrassing
Yeah.
Talkies. But you know what I've done that's a little more socially acceptable? The Trader Joe's version. They're
Okay.
a little better packaging, not as many dyes and additives, so gets the job done.
Yeah, 'cause when I get a bag of Takis, I really want to make sure everything's organic and they didn't put anything artificial in.
That is
Well,
correct.
it's
I'm eating it because it's garbage.
They taste good, and I get the benefit of no additives or artificial coloring.
There you go. I feel like this has turned into a PSA. Ush, what is the hottest / spiciest thing you actually enjoy eating? Because it can get too spicy.
Well, a staple at my house is hot sauce, and I like hot sauce. I'm a Louisiana man, personally.
Ooh.
Official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves,
I like the crystal hot sauce.
and
Crystal.
I got that.
Crystal's good.
That's a good one. There's a lot of good ones out there, and I'll take whatever's available.
I like
That's what I keep
Tabasco.
at home. I'll put hot sauce on my popcorn. It's good, but I don't like anything that's just all it's all the heat, not the flavor. But I like spicy food. Thai food I like a lot. It can have a little spice to it. I loved Tyler's answer about tamales. That's a good one. Well, green chilies, that's good.
Tyler, I'm going to get you to have eyes on the chat. Let us know if there's any strong opinions in there on hottest / spiciest thing people actually enjoy eating, because Tim with Tim is not just for the panel.
No.
It is also for those playing along there in the live chat.
Smuff says, I love Cholula. Can't mess with
Oh, I like
jalapenos,
Cholula.
though. Cholula is one of my
Cholula's
favorite
good.
hot sauces.
It's very good.
I like Tabasco. You don't like Tabasco? Too vinegary?
I don't. It's too peppery for me.
I'll go Cholula or Tapatio, but I prefer Cholula.
Well, it's not really spicy, really, but Tahini is my
Tahini is so good.
obsession.
It is.
That's
I
good
put-
stuff.
I put tahini on just about anything. I'm hooked on it.
Okay.
Let's see here. We've also got Texas Pete sauce on just about anything
Solid.
for Russell.
Yeah.
Hunter Bussey says boom boom shrimp. And then Samuel says, I got pepper sprayed one time. That was pretty bad.
That sounds awful.
That probably is the
spicy.
spiciest thing you ever will
Why
experience.
did you get pepper sprayed?
That's spicy.
That is a good question, EG. Why did you get pepper sprayed, Samuel?
was a
We're going to need the
miscommunication.
follow-up.
We need more context. Was it voluntary, or was it one of those
Yeah.
things where you kind of messed around and you found out? You know, it's going to lead us to even more questions here. But I'm going to start with this one for a milder question here for number 2. Bush, how good of a jump roper would you say you are?
Very bad. Never was good at it, and that was kind of a staple of childhood jump rope. When I was a kid, you in the playground, the girls in elementary school would have the
jump rope
one
going.
on each end, and they could really do some of the tricks and get after it.
You just watched while you cried on the side?
I could, and I would try to do a Rocky Balboa a little bit. I lack coordination and balance. My vision's poor too, and I'm slow.
So you have an athlete's heart without an athlete's body.
I'm the worst athlete I know. I'll put it that way.
But you love athletics.
But you
I do.
run. You run every day.
Yeah, that's just one foot in front of the other. I can handle that. I'm pretty slow.
They sing about that in a
I
Christmas
lift
special.
and I run, but I mean, I'm a horrible. It's not that I'm not a good athlete. I'm a horrible athlete. And specifically, I was always a bad jump roper. But I could do a little bit of it.
I kind of had this sense. I didn't want to say that I wrote this question specifically for you, but I did ask you first for a reason because I had to know this answer.
Yeah.
But I felt like you'd be a bad jump roper.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the jump rope for heart? Did anybody ever do
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Okay. Like that was in school for me too. And
Couldn't have been easy for you with them long
I know.
dams.
Yeah, I know. I did get tangled at times. But
I had the same problem.
yeah.
Well, God, I'd pay money to watch you jump rope.
I went with the helicopter a
How
lot.
did you even get it over your head?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a child when I was doing this, so I mean, it was like
my
still.
size as a child.
I did more
Extension
like
cords.
Like a gallop?
like a gallop,
Yeah. I know the motion.
taking multiple,
Yeah.
Take
steps.
the gray out and put some hair on my head, and I'm Tim at 7.
Yeah.
Like me right now.
That's
Totally.
correct. That's correct.
Beard and everything.
Yeah.
But no, I did the helicopter a lot, which was just over the top of your head, which would get me time and jump rope for heart, being able to do that.
Really?
I'd do that a lot.
Okay.
And it had no risk of hitting anyone else because it was so far up off the ground.
That's true.
You had to be able to jump rope. You had to be able to skate. I was a bad skater, too.
Oh, I loved roller skating.
We had a playlist that they would play. And the instructor, my PE instructor, back when I was in first, second grade or whatever, there was this one song that would always come on, and it's a banger of a song.
Let's hear it.
But I don't remember the name of it, but I know how it sounds.
Okay, you do. I can tell you the name of it.
I said, hey, yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
that's Four Non Blondes.
Yeah,
The song
What's
is
Up?
called "What's Up."
What's up? See, I always think the song is called What's
going
Going On.
Yeah.
And then I go to look what's going on, and it's not there.
Yeah.
So it's called What's Up.
What's up?
Okay.
Okay.
So just imagine a young, giantly shaped Tim Melton galloping with a jump rope
Yeah.
to that song.
Graceful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one. Anyway, EG, how good of a jump roper
Yeah,
are
I
you?
mean, I held my own, but I was usually taller than my partner too, because we would do at recess, the 2 girls here, and then you do the double dutch. So kind of get off beat sometimes. I did walk on my toes as a child, so landing and jumping on my toes pretty easy.
Is that a common thing? Walking on your toes?
No.
No, I still walk. If y'all
She
notice,
does it though. Still.
if you guys
Really?
Oh yeah.
I'm a toe walker.
I notice you always have a pep in your step, but I always just took that as like
Might be because I'm walking on my
more of an emotional choice than a physical one.
Sometimes that is true. But when I get excited, I go up on my toes. And then if I'm really comfortable, at their house, I walk on my toes.
Well, it's not a bad thing because he's a light stepper. So we have
Yeah.
a puppy, and he plops everywhere. He's got these
Little
big paws, and he just plops.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he's a stomper. And Megan, my wife, is like, yeah, remind you of anyone? Because she gets on me, say I just march around like a Clydesdale when I'm trying to be quiet. And she's like, yeah, you stomp around. E.G. very light on her feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gazelle.
We had a staff meeting the other day, and our
this is
boss,
funny.
Bo, he was like, is Tim ever going to come in here? I was standing right there. I was like, man, this is the
Over
first time I've
shoulder.
ever blended in without being
Never-
seen.
Yeah, I don't know how that's even possible.
Yeah. So anyway, that was very exciting. Tyler, how good of a jump roper are you?
Not good of one. Much like Ush, I was not a very coordinated athlete. When I was in probably 3rd or 4th grade,
Yeah.
a lot of my school got really into jump rope because of that Disney Channel movie
Oh yeah.
about jump rope.
With Corbin Blue.
Yeah, that one. I forget the name of it, but
We do movies for a living here. I've never heard of a jump rope
Jump
movie
in.
before.
Jump In. That's the one, EG. Yeah. So
Brilliant.
people were getting really in jump rope at school, and I was just not good at it. And even in sports I excelled at, I wasn't good at like some of the more high coordination, high focus sort of tasks. Like I could never juggle a soccer ball very well.
Oh. So it's like West Side Story, but with jump ropes, where like the kids would divide up in that could be one of the gang names.
King of the Court. Love that game.
King of the Court.
Yeah.
Is that
Is that Foursquare?
Foursquare?
Yeah, where
Is
you
that what that
like,
is? Yeah,
Oh,
I know
Yeah.
Foursquare. I didn't know this jump rope craze existed. Okay, who knows? Maybe there's like a world class jump roper that's listening
sure.
into the show right now.
We're like, drrrr.
Possible. Okay, next question. This is a big one. This is a big one. Okay,
ready.
we'll start with EG.
Whew.
Where do you currently stand on the 100 men versus one silverback gorilla debate?
Yeah, we talked about this on SEC Network last week, and the UGA or baseball team said that they would lose, and that kind of was like, ooh, yikes, bad team camaraderie if you don't think that a group of D1 athletes can't take down a gorilla. I stand, the humans could do it, but you're going to lose about 20 men. Can I do you one better? Have you heard the latest debate, which is not even a question?
I mean, you can
But,
change the
Well,
subject.
no, we're going to, we should all answer both because I think we're all going to have the same answer. It's all over TikTok right now. 100 Americans versus 100 British people.
Oh, jeez.
I
We
know.
already fought, this has already happened. and
Settled
we-
that in
and we already-
1776.
we already
if you ask
won.
me.
Yeah, this is
It's just like the responses, if you get a chance, are hilarious from the Americans. Humans would win, and obviously USA, two-time back-to-back World War champs.
yeah. We would end up finding a way to train the silverback gorillas to fight on
Yeah.
our side of this war.
Agreed.
Tyler, you're a big Planet of the Apes fan. I am as well. It's something that we share. We both like going down that sci-fi route with that universe. You've had a lot of time, probably more time than anybody up here, to think about this particular question. And we're going to get Ush to give his final verdict in a second, but there's 100 men and one silverback gorilla that are fighting to the death. Who is going to end up prevailing, in your opinion?
I'm gonna side with the primatologist that weighed in on this debate. It would only take about 40 or so humans to win the fight. Numbers just help too much. Silverback gorillas are very strong, but not strong enough to stop 100 men all at once. I still do believe, like EG said, 10 to 20 humans are dead.
The first ones to make contact.
First
Yes,
to make
yeah,
contact.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be a part of the first wave.
No.
Like, I would hope that if we were a part of the first wave, we would all negotiate that we would be a better second to third wave type of group.
I'll come check to see if he's dead.
Okay.
I'll stay in the back and supervise and make sure the attack formations are lining up correctly.
You have to go all at once, right? That's the only way to make this work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ush, I want you to speak on this. Have you heard about this debate?
I have,
It's all
yeah.
over social media. It has been for, weeks now. All of my suggested algorithm and content is about this subject. And it's driving me a little bit insane, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a bit like that opening scene in Saving Private Ryan. So that front line is going down, but I agree with my cohorts here that the numbers game would prove too much. Gorilla, probably my number one zoo animal. I think they're usually the most fun to watch. And USA by a landslide.
Somehow that's become a conversation here. And,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think we're all
come
Team
on.
USA here with
Yeah,
this.
big time.
Okay. All right. Well,
what you're not counting on is infection from bites from those British people.
Oh,
teeth.
that's
Ugh,
true.
vomit.
I feel very confidently the 100 men would beat the gorilla.
Yeah.
Like, if we change the animal into something else, like maybe it's a big grizzly bear or something, we can start talking. But
Polar
I still
bear?
think
Ooh.
the 100 men have the advantage over one singular animal. I think the more fair argument is 100 men versus 2 silverback gorilla.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And you have a
I
question.
think that's the more interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Because I think at that point, people are like really on the gorilla side of like, oh, okay, now we got to talk because they can work together and they can.
Yeah, once you've got the possibility of one gorilla helping out with that first wave of people and like keeping them off the second gorilla,
Yeah.
That's bad.
You can't put your back to either one
And
of
if
them.
they can do like a double team finish and move, like a like Road Warriors style.
Yeah.
You know, they get one guy up on the shoulders type doomsday device.
Very possible. Tyler, what do you think of the band, The Gorillas? Do you like them?
I do like the Gorillas. Demon Days, good album. Plastic Beach, another great album.
Iconic music videos, too.
Yes.
Kind of have that artistic style that I haven't really seen replicated. So good stuff there. All right, next. Ush, would you take $30,000 a week as a job offer? The job is, though, you have to sit in a pitch black room for 1 month at a time with no light.
Oh.
But you get paid $30,000 a week, and it's off and on. So, you know, you get 1 month where you're sitting in a pitch black room all month. You get paid per week. The next month, you're free to enjoy life as you see it. The next month, you got to report back to the pitch black room for $30,000 a week. Would you take that deal?
I'm getting $30,000 a week for the year for 52 weeks. Is that accurate?
No, that is not correct.
Just
You're
the dark months?
just the dark months. So you're getting $30,000 a week for half the year.
What does that equate to?
That equates to
120 times 6, so 720. Okay.
over $700K a year to sit in a pitch black room for months
I'm
on
gonna have
end.
to do it.
You would do it.
Yeah, I have to.
Do you think that your family would miss you for a month?
Not really. I got kids to put through college. You know,
Okay.
3 dogs to feed. I got to. I don't want to do it. I'll go mad.
You will? You think it would affect you
Yeah.
dramatically?
Yeah.
You
But
come
I'll
out a
do it.
different man when you
Yeah.
hit the light?
But I'm doing it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold it over their heads.
I think
You're
this
happy
would-
now.
This is like a Netflix movie premise.
It is.
Like this right here people would click on this on Netflix and
I'd
be
be
like,
intrigued.
have
This
you seen?
is like a qualifying challenge for Squid Game.
Hope you enjoy those diplomas, kids. Guarantee you didn't work as hard for it as I did.
That is correct. Tyler, are you taking the deal?
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, it's
no-
simple.
Think about it. Like, no, your mortgage is paid for. I mean, that's a lot of money.
But you're sitting in the pitch black dark. Everything you do is in the dark. There is
Awful.
no light at all for
I
1 month.
never turn a light on in my apartment anyway.
But you have natural light that seeps in where you're able to like see your
Pitch
hands
black.
in front of your face.
Not at night when I'm actually
freaked
home.
out by pitch black.
I don't think you guys understand.
No, I'm on your side. This is absurd. You would go mad. You would
I
not
don't
be
want to
you.
do it. Make that clear. I am doing it for the money.
It would age you.
No one's
do it
saying
1
it's
year.
easy either. We're just, that's a lot of money.
Better
It's
ways-
year,
done.
I
Task
have
done.
no mortgage, and both kids' college is paid for.
For 1 year?
Yeah, you said it was like $700,000.
It's over $700,000 a year.
No.
Yeah,
And you only have to work 6 months a year.
and then Megan, whatever she wants, she had money left over for her. Do whatever.
But would you worry while you're stuck in the pitch black room with no contact